everybody, and this is the Breakout presented by ECAC Hockey Holiday Edition. Many of our student athletes are home right now on break, getting a chance to relax with family and friends and enjoy the holidays. There are still a few games left to play this weekend, but then those student athletes will get a much-deserved break as well before starting the second half of the season. We'll have all the action for you coming up again in January, but for the next few weeks, I wanted to highlight 4 ECAC athletes who have been nominated for NCAA Senior Class Awards. We begin this week with Union's Josh Kosack, who started Cozy's Kids 3 years ago as a way to get kids in the community to hockey games. Then he started helping them with homework, raising money for Christmas gifts, and now he's undertaken a huge project to build a teen center in Schenectady. I sat down to talk with Josh. He's really an inspirational young man. All right. Hi, Josh. So nice of you to join us. Congratulations on all of your success. You're home for break right now, but still work being done on Cozy's Kids, right?
Yeah, there's definitely still a lot of work to do. Will's taking the charge when I'm at home for break. I think they just went on their second and third shops later last week. The Cocoa House is slowly filling up with presents and toys, which is super exciting. And I think we're doing our deliveries the 23rd or the 24th. So I'm looking forward to it when I go back.
To being able to do that. Now we saw online, there were some pictures posted. You got to do some of the shopping. Tell me what that experience was like for you.
Yeah, it was super fun. We just kind of we went to a store and it was like I'd push a cart down the aisle and just knock everything into the cart. Just we'll take it all. It was pretty fun. It was a really cool experience. We did that shop probably last Wednesday, and yeah, it's so fun. And I'm just more excited to give the toys out and just to put some smiles on some kids' faces.
Mm-hmm. You had a goal last year of $5,000. That goal this year it was $20,000, and you're well on your way here. Talk about the change and having such a big goal like that.
Yeah, when I set a goal at 20,000, a lot of people were like, "Wow," kind of thing. Like, you did 5,000 last year, great, but with a lot of extremely generous Union alumni, we've actually already shattered that goal of 20,000. Which has been the support's been incredible. Unilux, which is a broiler manufacturer in Schenectady, they stepped up and donated $5,000, as well as providing the heating for the building we're renovating. The Garnet Blades donated $5,000. It's kind of taken a mind of its own, and I'm so thankful for all the support that we've got so far.
Yeah, because it's beyond Christmas presents. You're actually helping to add on and give these kids a bigger space, right?
Yeah, so when we set the goal of 20,000, 5,000 of that was still going to be like the Christmas presents what we did last year. That's getting bumped up to probably at least 10,000 just to buy more presents, just because of how many donations we've got. And then we're probably going to put 20,000 into the house. So what we're actually doing with the house is the Cocoa House is probably like a U10 center for like an after school program. And the house next to it is actually the house that Will grew up in. And they're renovating that to become like a teen center. So it's, we're trying to create a space where teenagers can go and kind of tap into opportunities that they might not know are out there, and learn about different stuff around the community, and just provide them with, a space where they're excited to go and learn new things, hang out with their friends, just a safe environment for them.
And you got started with this actually a couple of years ago, when you got to Union, just getting kids to come to hockey games. What made you want to start that?
It actually happened at Dartmouth my sophomore year. There was a kid by the name of Patrick Toner. He was standing kind of by our gate before we go on the ice. And I just kind of started chatting with him and his mom before we went on for warm-ups. I think I gave him a puck after warm-ups. Just between periods, we'll just say hi, give him some knuckles or whatever, and then just kind of thought that was it. And then 2 weeks later, his mom emailed the president of our school, and then he forwarded me the email, and I was just like, wow. She said how much I impacted her son's life, and they're Union fans for life, and all this kind of stuff. And I just kind of thought, wow, I did something so small, and it made such a big impact. I have to do something more. And then, yeah, it started with giving them tickets and transportation to our hockey games. And then when our season got canceled, I still wanted to do something for them to show, I still care about them. And then I was like, how can I help? And Will said, let's do a Christmas fundraiser. So I was like, all right, let's raise $5,000. So we raised $5,000 for that. And then this year it was bringing them back to the games, doing the Christmas fundraiser, and then bringing it up a notch. And I was like, what projects you got on your hands? And Will said he was renovating this house, and I said, let's raise $20,000 for the house. So yeah, it's been crazy. If you would have told me 2 years ago that, that small interaction with Patrick would turn into this, I guess, big, project of building a house, I would have said you were crazy. But it's been a very special journey so far, and I give all the credit to Will. I'm just happy to be a part of it.
And you don't just talk the talk, you walk the walk. You are there, you're with these kids, you're building relationships, and you're totally immersed in this project. You're not just out there trying to raise the money, right?
Yeah, that's the best part of it. Just getting to see them after school, and just escaping everything of hockey and school and all that, and just going and playing like Pokemon or Connect 4 or whatever game they got going on that day. It's so fun. And yeah, it's definitely a breath of fresh air hanging out with them.
Where does it come from, Josh? Where did you get this spirit of giving and your reason behind this?
I give all the credit to my friends and family, raising me, and the way I was raised to always put others before myself. And I always worked with kids at a hockey camp in the summers, like in high school and my first year of university or college. And, I've always enjoyed being around kids. And, I had a lot of help from my older brother and his friends growing up to kind of show me the ropes. And, I call my best friends, I'm obviously biased, but the best friends in the world, that really held me accountable and would always bring the best out of me. And, I give all the credit to them of really stepping back sometimes and always putting others before yourself. And it just happened so organically. Like when I went to Union, I didn't really have any plan of starting a charity or anything. It just kind of happened. And I'm so thankful for it.
And you're a senior this year. So what happens next for Cozy's Kids? Is it something you hoping to continue with, or?
Yeah. Wherever I end up, it's always going to be something that I'll look over or whatever. And a couple of my younger teammates have already stepped up and said they'll kind of manage everything at Union when I'm not there, which I really appreciate. Regardless of where I am, I'll always try to do the fundraisers or whatever new project Will has. I'll be happy to try to raise some money and help out any way I can.
And because of your work with Cozy's Kids and Cocoa House, you were nominated for a senior class award. And you're one of 20 nominees right now, 4 from ECAC. That's a pretty big deal. The hockey awards are great and all of that, and the academic awards are great, but this is a humanitarian award that's really, really special.
Yeah, I was very honored when I heard the news. It means a lot. Just the impact I'm having on the community, and sometimes I have to catch myself of really understanding like how much of a difference the Cozy's Kids project has really made. And I'm just happy that I can, even if I impact 1, 2, 10 lives, that makes a really big difference. So super honored, and yeah, very excited.
And Josh is again one of 4 ECAC athletes who have made the top 20 list. We'll talk to Quinnipiac's Wyatt Bongiovanni, Luke Kenya of Brown, and Harrison Markell of Dartmouth coming up in the next few weeks. You won't want to miss those interviews. Finally, while we're on the topic of student athletes helping out in the community, kudos to some members of Dartmouth's men's team. They volunteered their time at the Children's Hospital at Dartmouth, sorting and packing donations for their snow pile room for families in need. And that's this week's Breakout. Join us next week when we'll hear about holiday traditions from some of our student athletes. It's a fun one. We'll see you then.